And action.
Okay, tonight I'm going to show you all how to eat a Maine lobster. We're going to do this because we've got some people from out of town. We've got some people from out of the country. So, you just break the claws off at the body. Just snap them right off. And then you take the claw and you take the knuckles and you break that off. And then there's another knuckle. And you break that off. And then we take the claw and we take the pincher part of the claw and we break that off. Then we're going to take a nutcracker, or in this case a lobster cracker, and crack that, and juice will fly everywhere. That's part of the thing. Now, you're going to get this all over you, and that's what's supposed to happen.
Okay.
And you break that in two. Then you take a pick, lobster pick, and you extract the entire piece of meat out of the claw. And then what we do is we put it in a little butter and just let it soak up that butter. Okay? This is very bad for you, but it's okay. You can't do this every night.
Okay.
Because you'd wake up dead. Then we're going to use again the pick. I further crack the knuckle. And I'm going to push it through. See that piece of meat in the knuckle? That's very nice meat. And then the other part of the knuckle, we're going to push the meat out. I just washed my hands, by the way. See? Nice morsel. So now we've done the claw. Now the tail, we take the flipper part of the tail at the very end, and we just break that piece off. And then we twist the tail at the body, at the end of the tail. This green, yeah, it's the lobster's liver. A lot of people don't like to eat that, including some Mainers. Yeah. And then you squeeze the tail in from the sides, and then you turn it around and you pull it out. Ah, see?
Yeah.
That's an old Indian trick there. Then we take, if you can see that, Jim, and just peel it back. Soak that. Now, this lobster hasn't been eating too much, but I don't know if you can see this, but right there's a white line. That's normally a black line. But this guy they haven't been feeding him in the tank because that's his pooper. See? And then that goes in. Now, you can pull the top of the body right off. And then we have all this green stuff. Is there a spoon there? Or a fork? Okay, forks, okay. This is the tamale. See that? Liver, very good. Then, what you can do is the claws. Now you can take what's left of this body and break it right in half, like that. And what you've got now, you've exposed the end of the legs. See? That piece of meat right there? Now, a lot of Maine people don't even mess with this part because it's a lot of work for the little meats you get. But it's very good meat inside. Then you can take the leg and put it in your mouth and your teeth, and you just kind of, well, you pull it out. Okay? And you'll end up squeezing the small piece of meat out the end. Very good, but again, a lot of work, so a lot of the native Maine people don't do that. But there you have it in a lobster shell. See, as opposed to a nutshell, huh? On how to eat a lobster. And then, of course, you go back and you do the other claw in the same manner. Nothing changes. This one happens to be a hard shell lobster, which means he hasn't shed yet. The lobsters shed their shells once a year, and that's how they grow. They crawl out of their hard shell, and then they have just a soft shell. And they're very vulnerable to being eaten. But it's the soft shells are, it's very tender. The meat's tender. You don't get as much of it. And then the lobster builds a new shell around it, which is bigger than the other one, and that's how they grow each year. You can applaud now if you'd like.
Thank you, Eric.